Hello, my name is Ryleigh, and for my segment, I'm talking about AI and how to use it. And today, my guest is Kevin from the Montcalm Community College. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, thank you for having me here today. I'm currently the interim vice president of academic affairs over at MCC. We're neighbors. And I also serve, I wear a few different hats. I also am the director of instructional innovation, and I instruct classes as well.
Nice. What do you do in the tech field?
So in the tech field, really the main thing is a couple different things, really. It's staying up on new tech. It's understanding how you can integrate it into our different learning environments for faculty and students. And it's also working to make sure that they continue to level up and understand how they can apply it, whether it's in their learning environment, whether it is for a student assignment, different things like that. So just staying on top of different trends.
What is AI in your eyes?
AI, in my eyes, is an opportunity. It's something that is rapidly changing, and not just changing in terms of the AI, but also changing in terms of what we're able to do in our learning environments, in our workforce, in our daily lives. You have some leftovers at your house and you're not sure how to use them. You just go to ChatGPT and say, here's my ingredients, what should I do with it? And quickly you're off and running in terms of what you can have with those leftovers. So I guess that's kind of the theme of it, is we take something that used to be kind of gray and dreary, leftovers, and now we can do something awesome. And it's not that we weren't doing awesome things before, but we take that and apply it to a classroom or a workforce or a task that we're doing, and quickly we go from the mundane and boring and what we used to do to we can put a new spin on it. We can try something new. So that's kind of AI for me. Circling back, it's an opportunity.
How did you start working in the tech field and at the community college? How did you start that?
So I used to teach at Central Montcalm High School. I taught there for almost 11 years. And there I was the tech teacher. So I taught multimedia productions, which is kind of what we're doing here today. I taught web design. I taught computer applications, even taught some keyboarding back in the day. And so that kind of branched into not only just working in my classroom environments, but also helping other instructors, helping other students, leading district technology initiatives and things like that. And that blossomed into an opportunity at MCC, where I was already being an adjunct instructor, to a role as a technology consultant with them. So making the transition over to MCC, I took a role of instructor in a classroom to now somebody that works directly with instructors and other staff there to help them integrate technology and things like that. So just one thing leads to the other.
Yeah. What type of AI tools do you use and how do you apply them?
As many as I can. But for me, it's more of approaching it from a mindset. So there's so many different tools out there, and there's so many that we don't even know about. You might be using some AI tools that I've never heard of, and vice versa. So I like to mix in. I do a lot of presentations on AI, and I like to mix in some of those tools. Obviously, you have the generative AI tools like ChatGPT, Copilot, and things like that, which I use frequently. I use it to create a foundation for a lot of stuff I do, whether it's coming up with scenarios for the classes I'm teaching, writing proposals and ideas out, or just kind of using it as a personal assistant to get some, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. Can you give me some new ideas, some new approaches to it?
So how should students use AI?
So I think it's very important that when you use AI, you look at it as a process and not a product. So yeah, it's very easy to think hey, how should we stop AI use and keep them from using it because they're going to cheat? And that's how we approach it. But if we do that, we ignore how important AI can be, not just for us and our learning environments, but also the future in the workforce. Workforce partners come to us and say, how can you help us make sure that our employees know how to use AI efficiently and effectively when they come to us? And so I think it's important to understand that, you can cut a lot of corners and just throw in your math questions or throw in your English prompt into a ChatGPT and get what you need. But you're not learning.
Right.
And you're here to learn. And at some point, someday, probably every day, you are going to have to know something.
Right.
And just using GPT, blindly is not going to help you learning. So making sure that you're using it as a foundation piece and then building on it. We often talk about your voice and what you sound like who is Ryleigh. And if I were to say, hey, take out that pencil and a piece of paper and write a paper, Ryleigh, you would sound a certain way. That would be Ryleigh. It's very important that when you have ChatGPT write that paper, that you still come back and put your own voice on it.
Right.
So.
Is there any question that I haven't asked that you would like to talk about?
Yeah, I just like to focus on the mindset. And when I do presentations, I really wrap in and often just focus on the mindset of it, of using AI. And making sure that, it's easy to approach it from, ooh, they're going to cheat, ooh, it's going to be bad, how do we stop it? But looking at it from a growth mindset in terms of how we can make sure that we're using this to our benefit responsibly, ethically, and making sure that that's how we're applying it and preparing our students and our future for the future.
Right. Thank you, Kevin, for coming out and talking to me on my podcast. This is Ryleigh, out.